Once again, guys, I never thought it would be a day that I would go against what I thought. And once upon a time, I thought lockdown, 15-minute cities, microchipping. I mean, I thought all that was like some form of abuse on humanity, which it is in essence. But after I have experienced what people are really about out here, and what was done to me and what could be uh, being done to others, and worse things being done to others. Now the script has flipped with me. Now it's like lockdown, it needs to be another lockdown. I think back to the lockdown, guys. It was so peaceful. People were in line. They were acting right during the lockdown. And then as soon as they let these mothers out again, they even worse than before. That's why the whole, people pleaser thing. I tell you guys every day. I don't think people really know me that very well. You inflict enough psychological damage on somebody. What do you expect to happen? Whether that person goes to the spirit realm, or whether they actually act out in the physical realm. Either or, what are you actually creating when you just psychologically abuse somebody and don't stop? What do you think is going to happen? Whether your ancestors are going to rise up for you and start kicking ass? What do you think? It's like people are just, you say don't push that button. Here's the button. And then a bunch of people just say, hey, somebody gets a bright idea. Let's push that button. And now everybody's kicking and screaming about they're blaming the button. These people are not civilized. That's the conclusion I've come down to. The 15-minute city thing is one of the brightest ideas you could ever think of. These people don't need to be traveling. The law enforcement does not have any control over these people out here, because they're not people anymore. I know what people act like. What we're dealing with today, these are not people. These people need to be on lockdown. Unless you plan on, and the president, I mean, if he brings in troops into one major city, he's going to have to bring in troops to all the cities. And guess what? I don't think he has that much backup. So there needs to be some things that's enforced for what do you call it, preventive maintenance. 15-minute cities is the best thing you can think of to get back control over these cities and states. 15-minute cities. Whoever thought about that, genius. Because we got basic needs, man. You get up, you got to eat, you got to use the restroom, you got to groom yourself, you got to go visit your mom, or say hi to your cousin. Very simple things that people need. What do you need to? You can fly over here to another country. You see the same sun. You see the same moon. What do you need to go outside of your city anyway, or 15 minutes anyway? For what? Most of the reasons people traveling is for like criminality, because most people don't even have the money to travel anyway. So you got to figure most people who traveling up to no good anyway. I told you guys back in the day, I said most of these people who work these 9 to 5 jobs, 70% of them are involved in some kind of criminal activity. I mean, it's a world. It is a world of criminality now. It's not safe anywhere. So just to close this out, I sit back and I observe the behavior of people everywhere I go, and I'm like, you know what? There needs to be another lockdown, and there definitely needs to be 15-minute cities. The authorities have no control, and they don't get paid enough to have control over this stuff. You know, you put in speed cameras, people going faster. I don't got to go through all the variables of what I see, but it's not working. These motherfuckers need to be locked down.